Do it.
Lights, camera, action is going down for my ATL movies when we run this town. With your host T. Will, yeah, keeping it real. From the A to the screen, you can feel the thrill. Rolling with the classics, we're setting the pace. Highlighting the magic of our soulful space. Got the vibe, got the crew, making it tight. When the screen lights up, everything feels right. Grab your popcorn, let's make it loud. It's movie time, ATL style. Stand proud. From the silver screen to the hearts we steal. Every frame we capture is the real deal. Talking premieres, where the stars align. ATL views, yeah, they really shine behind the...
Late night vibes, we're turning up the heat. T-Will on the mic, can't accept defeat. My ATL sports show, he's running the game. Atlanta Falcons fly high, you know the name. In the heart of the A, where the pride runs deep. From the Braves to the Falcons, he's keeping it real, no sleep. He's got the scoop, every player, every play. Bringing the thunder every single day. T-Will, shining bright on the airwaves, bringing sports tonight. Atlanta heart with the soul so free. My ATL sports show, it's the place to be. T-Will, taking flight. Falcons and Braves, yeah, we're feeling right. So bring that energy, let the city resonate. With T-Will on the mic, we're gonna celebrate.
Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, ATL sports fans. I am sorry for that little snafu with the introduction there. I know you guys are like, wait a minute, for my ATL movies, it's not Saturday. What's going on, T Will? What is going on in your world? And all I can say is, whoops, I forgot to load the intro. But this is a pop up show mainly about your Atlanta Falcons. I have a quick blurb about the Atlanta Braves. But today is a special pop up show about our beloved Atlanta Falcons as we are entering into week one. So I hope everyone is doing well out there. I hope you're doing great. And yeah, man, with that being said, let's get into it. Like I said, quick blurb about the Braves. The Atlanta Braves today signed shortstop Hassan Kim off waivers from the Tampa Bay Rays. Well, why should I care, T Will? Why does this matter to me? Why do I mean the Braves are basically left for dead now. Why should I care about them? Well, Hassan Kim had a very good 2023 season. Actually, I'm sorry, a good 2024 season. He hurt his shoulder, I believe, the latter part of it, and he had surgery, and he was coming back from it. And I guess it just didn't work out in Tampa Bay because he's basically only played 24 games this entire season. So Tampa Bay did release him. Now, when healthy, Hassan Kim is a very good shortstop. Okay. So the Braves may have found their shortstop at least for next year. And to me, that was worthy of notation. Another thing, the Atlanta Braves today called Raldy Munoz from the Gwinnett Stripers. They activated shortstop Luke Williams from the 10-day injured list, and they went ahead and put Austin Riley from the 10-day injured list onto the 60-day injured list because, yeah, he's not coming back. So that's your Braves update for today. That's all I had for you guys. Now we're going to get into our beloved Atlanta Falcons, which is why most of you guys joined anyway. So let's get into it. All right. This is the week, folks. This is what we've all been talking about, what we've all been looking forward to. It is the week where our beloved Atlanta Falcons are here. It's game one. Let's get into it. But before we do, we're going to do a little trivia all throughout the show. Where was the very first Falcons versus Buccaneers matchup played? Where was the very first Falcons versus Buccaneers matchup played? I'll let you guys stew on it. I don't see anybody in the chat right now. And I tell you what, if I don't see any responses by the time we go to the next slide, I will let you know where it was, although I'm sure some of you out there already know. So, Kirk Cousins, veteran presence, leadership, recovered fully. I would say he's fully recovered. Michael Penix, rookie hype, flashes in preseason, how Zach Robinson tailors the offense to him. And I think Zach Robinson will do two things. I think he will tailor the offense to Michael Penix. I definitely think he'll do that. I also think that he will give Elijah Wilkinson some help. I don't think he's going to leave him out there all by himself against Hassan Reddick or whatever. So I think you're going to see a lot of sets with tight ends next to Elijah Wilkinson or Bijan chipping somebody as he coming out or a wide receiver in motion that's going to chip someone. I don't think he's going to leave him alone. That's just me. MPJ is the starter. How far can this Falcons team go? Well, to be honest with you, if we can get good, we got a good offensive line. If we can get adequate tackle play, I think this team can score between 28 and 30 points a game. And I think they can win 12 games in the regular season. And, if things break the right way, maybe even go on a deep run in the playoffs. We got some folks in the chat. My folks have showed up. First and foremost, we got Craig F. the Aints. What up, Craig? Craig says, what do you think of the captain's Falcons announced today? Well, hey, I don't have an issue with it. What do you think about it, Craig? You tell me. My brother, of course, Eric Parker, little big brother, says 17-0, as he always does. Hey, love the confidence, little big brother. Will Coach Raheem function differently in certain situations than he did last year? That's T. Will being nice. In other words, Raheem, did you learn? Will you call timeouts when you should? Just saying. With Jeff Ulbrich calling the defense, do you think we finished top 15? I don't know. Eric, Craig, what do you guys think? You think we're top 15 this year? Give me your thoughts. How far can this Falcons team go? Give me your thoughts. Do you guys think there are any more big moves to be made? So do you think, I know we didn't get Micah Parsons. I know. I've been thinking about that all weekend. Oh, man, that really hurt. But I don't think we were ever going to get him because I don't think we were going to pay that price. Do you think there is a tackle out there, however, that we sign? Do you think there's another big move the Falcons make, or do you think that we're just waiting for Storm Norton to get healthy week 5 or week 6? My brother says, y'all didn't have a problem with this coaching against the Bucs. No, we did not. Craig says, I think the captains are solid. I also think they made Pinion special teams captain over Koo just in case he gets replaced later on. You know what? I did not think about that, Craig. But that is a very good point, sir. That is a very good point. I did not think about that. I tell you what, man, the fans of this show, you guys are awesome. I didn't think about Craig. I did not think about that. But that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Again, my brother says, y'all didn't have a problem with this coaching against the Bucs. No, we did not. All right. So, where was the first game played between the Bucs and the Falcons? It was played in Old Fulton County Stadium. That is where it was played. So now you know. All right. Let's get to the next one. And the next trivia question that we have for you guys. What is that next trivia question? It is, which team leads the all-time series between the Falcons and the Buccaneers as of the 2025 preseason? Which team leads the all-time series between the Falcons and the Buccaneers as of the 2025 season? And yeah, I'll wait for you guys to answer. Craig says, I feel like this can be a top 12 defense, but I'll definitely take a top 15 defense. You know what, Craig? I'll be honest with you. I do too. I think a lot of things are going to come down to, number one, health. Okay. If we can remain healthy and get a little lucky, this is a top 10 defense. I know what I'm saying. But I feel like this defense is going to get a lot of pressure. So it's going to come down to, Can we stop the run? And if we can stop the run and put most offenses in a situation where it's third or five or better, I think in most cases, if we don't get to the quarterback, we're going to put pressure on them to where it's an incompletion or it's a turnover or even better. So, you know, that's me. That's my thoughts. Craig says the Falcons signed Perkins back to the practice squad earlier today. Yeah, I did see that. I'm taking the Falcons all the way to lead the series. And you would be correct, Craig. You would be correct. The Falcons are up 31 games to 30, I believe. Let me go back. Yeah. Falcons lead the series 31 to 30. So the Falcons are up by one game. Whether it's by one or by two or by 12, the Falcons are up, and that's all that matters. Let's talk about this Falcons offense for a sec. We got Karina Atkins in the building. Hey, family. Happy Labor Day. It's game week. Rise up. I'm ready. Karina, me too. I'm so excited. I cannot wait for this football game, man. I'm just super excited. Let's get into it. So, running backs, we got Bijan Robinson as the centerpiece, Tyler Algier role as a hammer, rookie Nathan Carter's potential. Do you guys think Nathan Carter even sees the field this year? Or is he just, the third back, but not active during games? What do you guys think? Maybe he sees special teams. I don't know. We've got wide receivers. Drake London, you're clear number one. Mooney stretching the field. McLeod and Hodges depth. Casey Washington and David Seals, the fifth, surprising in camp. Of all of the backup receivers, who's you guys picked to go off this season, right? Like we know Drake's going to do well. We know Mooney's going to do well. We know McLeod's going to do well. Between Hodge, Washington, and Seals, who's going to have like a breakout year? Give me your thoughts on that. Let's see. Craig says game week is like the night before Christmas as a kid. Amen. 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 And all through the house, not a creature was stirring. Not even a Tampa Bay Buck. Let's get to these tight ends. So we got Kyle Pitts looking healthier, Warner blocking, Cortiariano emerging as a red zone option. They don't even mention my guy Felipe Franks, which is kind of disrespectful. So I think, I think Felipe Franks has at least one touchdown in him this year. One tutty for Felipe. Offensive lineman injuries to McGarry and Norton, Matthews and Lindstrom remain anchors. Depth concerns, guys. We definitely do have depth concerns. My brother says, hopefully we don't see none of the backups. Craig says, Bleacher Report came out with a trade idea for the Falcons to trade for Tyreek Hill, but we barely have any draft picks left. I don't know about that. I mean, look, Tyreek Hill is Tyreek Hill. Okay, so I'm gonna put some respect on the man's name. If we traded for Tyreek Hill, I mean, we automatically get better, but I just don't know that we have the resources to do that. And we still have to pay Drake, and we still have to pay Jesse, and we may have to pay Tyler Algier. You guys get where I'm going. So I don't know. I just don't know that that's a viable option. Look, in a perfect world, I would love it. I have no issue with it. Tyreek Hill is still that dude, but I just don't see that being a viable options for our beloved Atlanta Falcons. But hey, chat, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. Oh wow, I missed that in spell check. All right, so for the chat, do me a favor, finish this sentence. The offensive line will be fine, although I wrote Finn, will be fine if. The offensive line will be fine if. The offensive line will be fine if. Finish that. And while you finish that, we're going to go to another trivia question between the Bucs and the Falcons. And that is, where are we? In what year did the Atlanta Falcons and Tampa Bay Buccaneers first play each other? In what year did the Atlanta Falcons and Tampa Bay Buccaneers first play each other? So you guys have two assignments. You got that, and then the offensive line for the Atlanta Falcons will be fine if finish that sentence. The offensive line for the Atlanta Falcons will be fine if finish that sentence. Okie doke. Let's get into defensive depth chart. All right, so Anyamata, guy, look, he's the elder statesman. He's the old head. He's the OG, as they say. He's got to be the leader. You've got Dorless and Aurora on that inner defensive line. You've got Arnold Ebiketie and Leonard Floyd on the edge. You've got Zach Harrison. You got the young Thundercats. Thundercats roar. Craig says 100 BC. Jesus. No, Craig, it was 1977. Ah, it was not 100 years before Christ. Jeez. This dude right here. This guy. Yeah, man. So looking at this defense, they're already trying to double team JPJ. I just think this defense is going to have an outstanding season. I really do. I just think they're going to be great. I think this team will have at least 48 sacks. I think we'll have at least 25 turnovers. I don't know how many interceptions. I don't know how many fumbles. But I think that this defensive unit is truly going to shine. And a lot of it is going to be because we're going to be able to get pressure on the quarterback, whoever your quarterback is. We got LaMarcus in the chat. He says, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. I was about to share a joke. I can't share it. Anyway, so yeah, I'm excited about Jalen Walker and JPJ. I really think our best position group right now may just be that defensive line. Because I think that these guys are going to come out here and really get it done. That's just me. You've got your linebacker, Caden Ellis, Jesse Bates, David Onyemata. That's basically the heart of the elder statesman of each position group. And you got the young Thundercat. You got a lot of young folks on this defense, man. You got probably at least 4 rookies starting, right? You got Jalen Walker. Well, I don't know if Jalen will start, but he'll get a lot of time. JPJ will get a lot of time. I know for sure that Xavier Watts and Billy Bowman are starting. So that's 4 young Thundercats, as Big Low would say, that'll be out there, man. Thundercats roar. Let's get after it. LaMarcus Boyd says, optimistically, the defensive rookie of the year, JPJ, he's a dog. Hey, man, agreed. Truer words have never been spoken. Truer words have never been spoken, my friend. Agree 100%. I just think JPJ is just going to be phenomenal, man. I really do. I think he's going to be phenomenal, and I'm just super excited about where this team goes. So guys, we're talking about Falcons Bucs. Give me your prediction as to how many yards that Penix throws for. All right. Does he throw for 325, 350, 350 plus? Give me your thoughts. Drop it in the chat. Let me know. Let's get into the preseason takeaways. All right, guys, this keeps coming up. It's going to keep coming up. LaMarcus says 300 yards. Okay. How many tutties, LaMarcus? 1, 2? Let's see. Do you guys think it's a big deal? I don't think it's that big of a deal that we did not play 2 tutties. Okay. I see you, LaMarcus. I don't think it's a big deal that our offense did really not play a a preseason game. Craig says 350 yards, 4 TDs, 1 interception because we always will run the ball. Okay. All right. That's fair. Um, I don't think it's that big of a deal because of the practices that you had with the Titans. Because they were focused practices just like being in a game. Now, will there be a moment where some guys just have a moment because it's the first live action that they're facing as a game? Yes, it'll be a moment. I don't think it'll be a quarter. I don't think it'll be a half. I don't think it'll be a full game. I think it'll be a moment. Um, and look at, I mean, we'll see. There's a lot riding on this. There's a lot of pressure, but I think these young dudes are ready to go. I think they're going to come out and get after it. I think they're going to do what to Tampa Bay, what they did to those Titans in that first preseason game. Those Titans didn't know what was happening. They didn't know what was what and who was who. They were like, wait, wait, what? Wait, hold up. This Falcons team is different. I think that's the team you're going to see on Sunday. I really do. I mean, we'll see. We will see. But I am definitely super duper excited about this football game, man. I for one can't wait. And we'll see. Guys, who stood out to you in preseason? Like, name 3 folks who stood out to y'all in the preseason. I know who mine are, but name 3 folks. And ironically, one of them is on the practice squad. But name 3 folks who stood out to you. So for me, obviously JPJ was wrecking shop, and just taking names and distributing ass whoopings and taking no prisoners, and just he's about that life. So I gotta say JPJ. Chris Blair stood out to me. Even though he didn't make the squad, Chris Blair was out there doing the damn thing, man. So I got to give him his props. And Dorless stood out to me. Lamarcus says Nash, JPJ, and Parker. Wait, Brandon Parker, the offensive lineman? Please, Lamarcus, do elaborate on that. Which Parker are you talking about? And why, if you could, please elaborate on that. I see Nash, and I definitely see JPJ, but are we talking about Brandon Parker, the offensive lineman, or is there another Parker you're talking about? Let me know. Let me know. Okay, so my brother said me. Lamarcus says the Parker that's on the practice squad. All right, I gotta look him up. I gotta look up who you're talking about. Craig says JPJ Woods and Barrow Jr., but he ain't on the team. Yeah, that's fair. That's the other one I was thinking about, Craig. That is the other one I was thinking about. Caleb McGarry's absence and Storm Norton's injury. Guys, do we really trust Wilkinson at this point? Or are we concerned about nothing, right? Are we making much ado about nothing because Zach Robinson is going to scheme pretty much to give Wilkinson some help? I mean, my brother LBB, he said that he was already scheming to help out McGarry. So if he schemed to help out McGarry, he's definitely going to scheme to help out Wilkinson. We've got Steven in the chat. Bucs by 2 scores. Igbeka first career touchdown. Well, Steven, welcome to the show. I think every Falcon fan in here is going to respectfully disagree with you, but by the same token, we're glad to have you. Welcome to the show, my friend. Bucs by 2 scores. Anyway, yeah, I can't see that. I can't see that. Lamarcus Boyd says he was huge for protecting running lanes for Bijan and Algier. A little concerned. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you're talking about Caleb McGarry, no doubt about it. I mean, look, they ran to that right side. Craig says, I'm pulling the T-wheel right now, using that thing right now, some fried chicken. Well, you better be, Craig. You better be. I'm a little concerned about Wilkins. Now my brother's not. Y'all know my brother. He's like 17-0. I'm a little concerned. Because you know what? If I'm Tampa Bay, I know you're gonna scheme to protect him. I know this going in. Let's see. Thanks for having me, big Tampa Bay guy, born and raised. I expect the Falcons to press us for the NFC South, but we shall see. Hey, Steven. Definitely, man. Definitely. Look, either way, it's going to be interesting, and I think it's going to come down to those two teams. And hey, man, we'll see. May the best team win. And look, if you're ever in the ATL, man, look us up. We can get together and have a beer and talk shop or whatever you want to do. But either way, man, welcome to the show, welcome to the channel. Lamarcus Boyd says this will be a dogfight. I agree. I think this thing is going to be ATL and Tampa Bay all the way going down to the very last week. I do. And I think it's going to be interesting. So yeah, like I said, I'm a little concerned about Wilkinson. I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to lie. Karina says, do you think Tampa should have been a later team we played instead of the first? I hear some fans are concerned and feel we shouldn't be playing them first. Look at Miss Karina. I would love to have played Tampa Bay maybe third, fourth, fifth game, but you know what? The schedule giveth and the schedule taketh away, and we just got to play the schedule we're given, right? I mean, the good thing about it is if we win in the first week, then we only got to beat them one more time. So, of course, if we lose, we still got to beat them one more time anyway. So, we play them when we play them, and we just got to be ready. And I mean, we'll see. But either way, I'm super excited, man. I'm so excited right now. You guys have no idea. Craig says the Bucs also have a tackle injury to deal with also, so we can exploit the same thing. That's a good point. That's a good point, Craig. Lamarcus says establish the dominance right from the start when we win. I love it. I love it, Lamarcus. If y'all don't know Lamarcus, let me tell you something. This dude, Lamarcus is a wild boy, man. Lamarcus went into the Eagles Stadium of all stadiums, and told those folks what was what and who from who. There's a video of him telling 20 Eagles fans, oh my God, like, hey man, Lamarcus is that dude, okay? Respect. Respect, Marcus. Respect, Lamarcus. Respect is due. If you guys have not seen that video, Lamarcus Boyd is a wild boy, man. That's a wild dude, man. So yeah, he says establish the dominance right away from the start when we win. Hey, we will see from your mouth to God's ears, Lamarcus. I would love a Falcons victory. That would be great. But again, Tampa Bay is a good team, so it's gonna be a good game, man. I feel like the Falcons have the advantage, it being at home. I mean, it could be worse, Miss Karina. We could be playing them at their home for the first game. So I'm sorry, guys. I have some annoying gnats in here. I apologize. If anybody has a home remedy for some gnats, I'll take it. These guys are driving me insane. Golly, I hate these little boogers. But anyway, oh, Lamarcus, be nice. So, yeah, but no, I'm not worried. I am concerned. Karina says the fans better show up and show out. Amen. ATL fans, if you are within the sound of my voice, you need to get out there to that stadium if you can. If you don't have to work, you need to be at the Benz on Sunday at 1 p.m. in your seat, screaming like hell for your beloved Atlanta Falcons. I agree with that, Miss Karina. I really do. I think Zach will definitely scheme to protect Wilkinson. Now, in him scheming for that, does that take away from what we're trying to do ultimately? You kind of have to scheme because that's Penix's blind side. So you kind of you have no choice. You have to scheme for that. You have to protect that. There's no getting out of that, right? But I just wonder, in doing that, does that make us predictable? And I don't know. Karina says, I'll be in the nest screaming and cheering and jumping. Yes, ma'am. That is correct. Craig says, I'll show out from my couch because I don't have Falcons money. Well, Craig, we love you anyway, brother. We love you anyway. Just be sure, hey, man, Hey, just be sure to scream like hell, brother. We can still use your energy, you know? We can still use it. Michael says, shout it. That wasn't good. Shout it. There you go, Mike. If Debo was here, Debo could do it better. How you doing, Mike? Hopefully you're doing well, man. Welcome to the show. We're just vibing tonight and talking Falcons and what to expect, guys. So, hey, I think for the most part, most people said 300 yards for Michael Penix. Do you think Bijan gets 100 yards rushing? Any touchdowns? Give us your thoughts. Give me a final score prediction. We've already had our Tampa Bay fan come in, and again, very nice to meet him. And he predicted the Bucs would win by 2 touchdowns. Now, I disagree with that completely. I do not think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will come into our house and do that. But the man has a right to express his opinion, as we accept all fans here, and all opinions are welcome. But with that being said, guys, give me the score, the final score that you think it'll be next Sunday around this time. What's it, 6:47 p.m.? Oh, today's Monday. All right, so Craig says, I think between the two running backs, we will have a combined total of 150 yards and 3 TDs. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Craig says 35-17 Falcons. Love it. Anybody else? Anybody else have any scores they want to drop on us? And while we do that, let's get to some more trivia. Lamarcus says, our house 31-24, ATL wins. I love it, Lamarcus. I love it indeed. All right. Which Falcons wide receiver once had 253 yards in a single game versus Tampa Bay? Which Falcons wide receiver once had 253 receiving yards in a single game versus Tampa Bay? And Pantera 1959 says 34 Tampa Bay versus ATL 20. Okay, so we got some Tampa Bay fans in the house. Pantera 1959. Welcome to the show, man. Hopefully you're doing well. I have to respectfully disagree with the score, but nonetheless, we're glad to see you, man. Welcome. This is a Falcons chat, but let me tell you something. All fans are welcome and all opinions respected and encouraged. Even if we don't agree with them, Falcon fans. My brother says 52-10. Damn, Eric. Craig says, if I hit the Powerball tonight, I will be on the sideline Sunday. Pantera says, JJ. Pantera, what question was that? I don't know. What question was that regarding? So help me out. Craig says Roddy White. You're talking about you talking about Julio Jones. Yeah, actually, Pantera's right. Julio Jones. That's correct. That is correct. Yep, Craig. It was Julio. It was Julio. That's not a bad guess though, Craig. Roddy White is not a bad guess. Because if it wasn't Julio, it probably would have been running. But it was in fact Julio. You are correct. You are correct, sir. You are correct. Okay. Next question. Who is the Falcons' all-time rushing leader that faced Tampa Bay many times in the 1980s? This is for you old heads out there. For you old heads. Who is the Falcons' all-time rushing leader that faced Tampa Bay many times in the 1980s? In the 80s. So think of your Falcons running back in the 80s. Lamarcus says he also torched the Panthers D. Craig says I wasn't born yet. Well, I'm sorry, Craig. I guess you're just gonna have to learn tonight, buddy. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Oh wow. Pantera 1959 says Eric maybe. No, Eric didn't play for the Falcons in the 80s. Although Eric played linebacker, Eric laid a lot of people out. I can tell you that. Eric laid a lot of people out. Think about a Falcons running back in the Eric, you should get this. Brother, you should get this. You should get this, brother. You should get this. All right. So nobody's guessed it yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it was Gerald Riggs. Gerald Riggs. Gerald Riggs. Uh hey man, Gerald Riggs was that dude. So yeah, definitely. Definitely that dude. All right, so guys, give me Eric Dickerson versus Atlanta running back, and it wasn't Atlanta. He was Pantera. He was. But you know what though? Honestly, he was kind of over the hill. I mean, look, he's definitely a Hall of Famer. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. You are correct. Eric Dickerson was. But Eric Dickerson wasn't the same guy that he was with the Rams, if that makes sense, right? Like, obviously, with the Rams, Hall of Famer, could not stop him. I believe Eric Dickerson went to SMU with a guy named Craig James, and that is the best college running back backfield I've ever seen in my life, personally. I mean, those dudes averaged 200 yards a game. Oh, my God, he was awesome. So, but and again, Pantera, that's not a bad guess. That is not a bad guess. That's not a bad guess at all. Let's see. So, guys, Zach Robinson's offense designed for motion, quick reads, play action bombs to maximize Penix's arm. Do you think we will see a lot of this still, even though we got a scheme to help out Wilkinson? Do you guys think we'll see a lot of motion? Do you guys think we'll see a lot of play action? What do you guys think we're gonna see from the Falcons offense coming up? You think we see a lot of wide receiver screens? You think we see a lot of outside stretch zones? You think we see a lot of pistol formations, running out of pistol formations? Like, give me your thoughts, guys, as to what you think we see versus the Bucs. Let me know. I honestly don't know. I have no idea what we're gonna do, but I'm just, looking for suggestions here. What do you guys think we'll see? Let's get to another Falcons Bucs trivia question. Pantera says play action 50%. Damn, you think so, Pantera? You think they'll do that 50%? Like, that would be wow. Okay. You know what? You might be onto something. I would say maybe 40%. 50% is a lot, but I'm not gonna say you won't. Lamarcus Boyd says, if I had to guess, I'd say we'll see a lot of play action and a huge spurt on the passing game. Okay. All right. Well, hey, it looks like you guys agree play action, so nothing wrong with that. Which Buccaneers running back was known as the A Train and scored multiple touchdowns versus Atlanta? Now, you Bucs fans out there, I know y'all gonna get this. One of you Bucs fans should get this. This is an easy one. Which Buccaneers running back was known as the A Train and scored multiple touchdowns versus Atlanta? I know my two Bucs fans in here should get this. This is very easy. Well, it depends on when you were born. Now, if you were alive, there's no excuse. If you weren't, then I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm being too hard. But yeah, I think you'll see a lot of play action. I think you'll see a lot of quick drops. Pantera 1959 says when McGarry out, we'll roll Penix out to the left. See, Pantera 59, I'd be afraid to. I don't know that I necessarily want to do that with Hassan Reddick out there lurking. I don't know that I want to do that, and I'm not saying that they will or won't. But man, I don't know. It's interesting. It is interesting. Which Buccaneers running back was known as the A Train and scored multiple TDs versus Atlanta? I'll give you guys a hint. This was between 2000 and 2010. You Bucs fans should know this. If you don't, there you go. James Williams, what up, James? Says Allstott, Mike Allstott, the big bruiser, Mike Allstott. Mike Allstott caused us a lot of heartbreak, man, in the early 2000s. I hated that guy. Ooh, he was a load to bring down, man. That dude was a load to bring down. All right, who holds the record for most career passing yards In Falcons versus Bucs matchups, who holds the record for most career passing yards in Falcons versus Bucs matchups? I'm not even going to give you guys any hints. It's Falcon fans, you should know this one. I'll put it that way. Falcon fans, you should know this one. Anyway, that's right. LaMarcus Boyd says Matty Ice. Pantera 1959 says Mr. Number 2, which I assume is Matty Ice. Craig, stop showing us. Stop it, Craig. Stop. Craig says Kurt. I think he's talking about last year's game. My brother, who's being an absolute you-know-what, says Julio. Whatever, Eric Parker. Yeah, it's Matty Ice. It is Matty Ice. It's definitely Matty Ice. All right, guys. Last topic of the night, as unfortunately I am working on this holiday. Ha! Craig says, ha! Brett Favre. Brett Favre. No, it was not Brett. Pantera says Breeze all the time. No, we're not talking about the Saints, Pantera. Okay? This is a Falcons channel. We're not talking about the Saints today. We're talking Falcons Bucs. We are not talking about those ain'ts. Eric Parker says Kirk broke Matt's record. Yeah, he broke his single game record, Eric. But as far as all-time record versus them, no, he did not. So he broke Matt's single game record. But we're talking about all-time. Who holds the record for most career passing yards in Falcons versus Bucs matchups? That's a single game record, is what I'm talking about. Craig says bump the ain'ts, although he didn't say bump, but we're just gonna substitute that because it's a family show, guys. Family show. So which Hall of Fame Buccaneer safety intercepted Falcons QBs 10 times in his career? Oh, I hated this guy. I hated seeing him. You Bucs fans should know. Which Hall of Fame Buccaneer safety intercepted Falcons QBs 10 times in his career. You Bucs fans should know. Who holds the record for losing bets on betting on their own team? Probably me, Craig. Probably me. As my bank account would attest to. Probably me. Let's see. Nothing, Bucs fans? Rondé Barber. Which Hall of Fame Buccaneer safety intercepted Falcons QB? Craig says Ridley. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, Craig. God bless you. Oh, man. Yeah, which Hall of Fame Buccaneer safety intercepted Falcons QBs 10 times in his own career? That's going to be Rondé Barber. And Craig is out here doing Craig things, man. That dude's hilarious. Can't help but love Craig, man. That dude's hilarious. All right, guys. Well, hey, this is going to be a real quick show. Unfortunately, I do have to run as I am working today, and I have to get back to making the streets safer for wireless customers everywhere. But hey, man, if you are new to the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. We try and have fun. And like I say, everybody's opinion is welcome here, although we don't necessarily agree with it because this is a Falcon show, but your opinions as well as your input is welcome. And look, we try to have fun. We're respectful, but we try to have fun. So again, if you enjoyed yourself tonight and would like to see more of this content, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. Say again, the number 4 My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. Tell your friends, hey man, come back. And we can have fun all over again. I want to thank you guys, everyone who showed up in the chat. Appreciate you guys. This was fun. Looking forward to doing it again all week. We've got 3 shows on Thursday. So I will see you guys then. Again, you can see me at the number 4 My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe. To everyone who appeared in the chat, cannot thank you enough. I want to thank God for bringing all of you in my path, and thank God for waking me up this morning. Let's see. Craig says, how far are you running drive through and back? Did you leave your fridge running? No, Craig, I did not leave my fridge running. And you know what? I'm not going to the drive through because the wife did cook today. Although I probably will go later on tonight. That is true, Craig. That is true. Lamarcus says, great show, T. Will. Hey, appreciate it, man. Couldn't have done it without all of y'all. You guys have a great day. I want to thank my brother Eric Parker and Jack Spade for getting me in this business. And yeah, man, you guys have an amazing week. And I'll see you guys when I see you. Thanks, everybody, and good night. Let me tell you something. Look it, man. I've been an Atlanta fan for 45 years.
Turning up the heat, T. Will on the mic, can't accept defeat. My ATL Sports Show, he's running the game. Atlanta Falcons fly high, you know the name. In the heart of the A, where the pride runs deep. From the Braves to the Falcons, he's keeping it real, no sleep. He's got the scoop, every player, every play. Bringing the thunder every single day. T. Will, T. Will.